Hi friends, and welcome to Teachers Learning Lounge with Jody. I would like to start here today. Have you ever been in a situation with a parent where you have wanted to address a concern? Maybe it's grades, maybe it's homework, maybe it's even behavior in class, but you have hesitated, you've chickened out because you've been worried about damaging the relationship with the parent. You're not alone. I have been teaching for over 30 years, and I have had these moments where I've been so worried about where my words might land. And research confirms this, that most teachers never receive any formal training on how to have difficult conversations with other adults. So in this episode, we are going to break it down. You are going to learn research-backed strategies, concrete sentence starters, and actionable tools so that you can have difficult conversations that can bring a better outcome than what you are experiencing now. We want to be honest, we want to be respectful, and we want to focus on the success of our students. So let's start here. So step one, before having a conversation, you need to prepare to have the hard conversation. The most successful hard conversations start long before the two people start talking. The first thing you have to do is to determine what is your goal. What is the outcome that you're looking for? What is the most important message that you can convey? The second thing as you prepare for this hard conversation is to anticipate the reaction of the parent. A parent might feel defensive or frustrated or worried. And what can you do to think about the questions that they are going to ask back to you? What are you going to work on ahead of time to anticipate what the reaction is going to be to this difficult topic that you want to bring up with them? Think through what questions or that the parents might have so that you can respond in a calm and a planned and a clear way. Third, it is important that before the hard conversation happens, that you gather evidence. You don't talk about what you think, but you have strong artifacts, meaning examples of student work or attendance record or behavior logs. What are those data-driven pieces that you can share factually without emotion to the parent? Research shows that objective data reduces defensiveness because you're going to be talking about facts and not about judgment. So to wrap section one up, preparing ahead of time for the conversation, focus on what the outcome is. What is your goal of the conversation? What assumptions am I making? And what evidence, what data can I bring that is concrete and not judgmental? Second, engage with clarity and compassion. When we engage in a conversation with a parent, it is important that we engage respectfully and especially with clarity. So I suggest beginning the conversation with a purpose. I am so glad that we can meet today to talk about your son, Trevor. And I really want to partner with you to help him succeed in my class. Second, use I statements with concrete observations. So you could say something like this to the parent. So I've noticed that Trevor has turned in 3 assignments this week, and I'm concerned because I can see that he doesn't understand the concept that we've been studying in class. Next, I would make sure I ask a question and then listen. So parent, to the parent, can you help me understand what's happening at home so that might be impacting his homework? Can you help me understand what strategies you have tried that seem to work? Fourth, focus on collaboration. I like to invite solutions rather than just stating the problem. I don't want to just talk about the problem. I want to talk about what we do next. So here is an example. I'm wondering if you and I could work together to create a homework plan that fits your schedule. What ideas do you have? And what can my role be? Research confirms that framing conversations around student success and shared goals increases parental cooperation and reduces defensiveness. Step 3, follow up and accountability. Hard conversations should never be a one and done. I think it's important during the hard conversations that you write down what the next steps are and that you email or text or give them in writing what you're going to do to follow up. It's important that we adjust the plan with the parent if needed. So your follow-up checklist would look like this. Summarize key points and agreed actions in an email or in a note. Set a timeline for checking progress. Document observations to review in the next meeting. Ask the parent for feedback. Is this working for you and for the student? I like to have some memorized phrases that I know that can be effective in any conversation, especially with parents. You could start your opening with something like this. I'm glad we could meet to talk today about Trevor, and I want to partner with you to support his learning. Thank you, Mrs. Smith, for taking the time to talk. I care so much about Trevor, and I really want to work with you. During the conversation, you could say something like this. I've noticed specific behavior, and I'm concerned because, and then you can share the impact. Can you help me understand your perspective? What strategies have you found effective at home? To wrap up conversations that are hard, you could say, let's come up with a plan together. What do you think would help? Okay, I'll follow up next week and we'll see how this plan is going. Thank you for partnering with me. It makes such a difference for students. So here is your challenge for tomorrow. First, identify a student or a family where a hard conversation could help. Second, use the reflection prompts to prepare. Try one of the sentence starters and follow up with a checklist. Will you share in the comments below what reflection prompt or sentence starter you'll try tomorrow? So I'm Jody in Teachers Learning Lounge. Thanks for committing to tough and important conversations that really make a difference for our students. If you liked today's topic, or you think one of your colleagues would benefit from this topic, will you please like and share and always subscribe? We look forward to seeing you again on Teachers Learning Lounge. Thank you and have a great day.